The better you are to someone, the less they seem to value you. It's confusing. It makes you angry. But have you noticed the more available you are, the less they calculate your worth? The more you cover for them, the more they assume things just work out on their own. You think your effort will eventually earn their gratitude, but the brain doesn't work that way. Something that happens constantly without interruption gets filed away as background noise, the same way nobody thanks the air they breathe. Here's the part that stings more. The more you give, the harder it becomes for you to leave. You've been stacking up the cost of walking away, and the result isn't that they can't live without you. It's that you can't live without this. Whoever's more afraid of losing the relationship ends up on the bottom. That's why the better you are, the less you're valued. You didn't do anything wrong. The mechanics of this relationship were broken from the start. In this video, we're solving one thing: why the better you are, the less someone values you, and how to make them value you again. How someone treats you is never decided by how much you gave. It's decided by the price you set. Today, 4 concrete moves to reset that price. 1. Stop being available on demand. When do you actually notice your own breathing? Not when it's easy. Only when you're choking on water, gasping for air. Before that moment, you're breathing every second of every day, and your brain never once assigns it any attention. Not because air doesn't matter, because it's too stable, too predictable. The brain files it under background. That's exactly your position in this relationship. You're always available. You always reply instantly. They always know exactly where to find you. You've never once made them worry that you might not be there or might get upset, might leave. That's not a virtue. That's you turning yourself into a fixed variable. People don't feel anything toward a fixed variable. They only notice it the moment it stops being fixed. So it's not that your effort is low quality. It's that your constant presence zeroed out your value. They're not consciously undervaluing you. Their brain simply never entered you into the equation. The first move isn't doing more. It's breaking the illusion of constant supply. If your effort never stops, it never gets recalculated. So you control 3 things when you give: how much you give, how far you go. No time, say no time. Don't feel like it, say you don't feel like it. No explanation required. No apology required. You're doing one thing, showing them your effort isn't a program running on autopilot. It's a decision you make every single time. The moment they think, I assumed they'd handle it, but they didn't, their whole picture of you starts to shift. You get pulled out of the background and back into the category of things that have to be calculated. 2, make them pay to access you. They haven't just gotten used to you being there. They've gotten used to you being free. Every favor you've done for them has cost them nothing. When they don't need you, you ask them for nothing. When they do need you, you still ask for nothing. They get your time, your energy, your emotional labor all at 0 cost. You call that being kind. In their mental pricing system that often reads as worthless, something you can get repeatedly at 0 cost tends to get filed away as cheap in the brain. It's less a conscious judgment than a subconscious default. You don't need to ask what they think. Their behavior already tells you. However they treat you is roughly the price they've assigned you, whether they realize it or not. Free samples at the store, you take them and you never think twice about them. It's not that you have anything against free samples. It's that free itself cancels out the need to value something. To them, you become that free sample. Telling them you need to appreciate me more won't work in their pricing system. You haven't earned a price worth appreciating yet. What actually works is pricing yourself in the moment. When they come to you for a favor, you don't need to negotiate every time, but keep a line in your head. What has this person actually put into this? If the answer is nothing this time, you add a cost. Not you owe me dinner sometime. Something tied directly to this exact moment. Grab me something on your way over. Or since you're already asking, I actually need a hand with something too. You're not charging them. You're installing a new formula in their head. Asking her for help means I put something in too. Once that formula sticks, their brain revises your value upward, not because you changed, but because they now have skin in the game. People treat what they've invested in differently than what costs them nothing. 3. Stop giving VIP treatment for free. The first 2 layers were about how they treat you. This layer is about a problem in how you give. First, you're carrying invisible costs and they only see the result. Friends make plans, someone's always late, and you're the one quietly confirming the location, the time, the rent, every single time. Everyone has a great dinner and all they see is that the night went smoothly. Nobody sees who absorbed the coordination. At work, you're the one organizing the files, tracking the deadlines, catching the gaps before they become problems. The project succeeds and everyone credits good teamwork. Nobody sees the invisible labor behind it. Your effort is so quiet that people assume things just went smoothly on their own. Second, your investment has outgrown the actual tier of the relationship. A casual friend you talk to a few times a year gets round-the-clock support from you. A coworker, a purely professional relationship, gets the kind of loyalty you'd reserve for family. Your investment keeps climbing while theirs stays flat and the relationship tips out of balance. Ask the more direct question, does this relationship actually deserve this level of investment from you? If it doesn't, why are you still giving it your absolute best? 2 fixes, 1 for each problem. First, stop the invisible backfilling. Not by sabotaging things on purpose, by simply making your work visible. Handle the risk in advance, say, so I already took care of that, which is why nothing went wrong. Spend extra effort, let it surface, that took me 2 full days. Not to brag, to reconnect the effort to the outcome, so people stop assuming results just appear out of nowhere. Second, invest according to the actual tier of the relationship. Look back at the last 3 months. Who took a lot of your time, energy, and emotional bandwidth and put in nothing in return. Starting today, they get downgraded. You don't owe them an instant reply. You don't have to jump in to help. You're not responsible for managing their emotions anymore. You're not punishing them. You're just taking back the VIP treatment and saving it for people who've actually earned it. 4, cut your losses and walk. The first 3 layers explain how they treat you. This one explains why you can't stop. 2 things are working on you at once. One keeps you from leaving. The other keeps you from even seeing that you should. Start with what keeps you from leaving sunk cost. You've poured in time, energy, emotion, and once that's spent, it's gone unrecoverable. Once it stacks up high enough, you fall into a trap. I can't leave now, or all of it was for nothing. Humans are wired to hate loss, so you keep telling yourself, just hold on a little longer, they'll change. Meanwhile, they've invested nothing. No sunk cost. They can walk away anytime. You can't. You thought you were making them more dependent on you. You're actually making yourself more dependent on this. Whoever's more afraid of losing it automatically ends up on the bottom. This is the part that locks you in place. You know the cost is high and you still don't move. Now, the part that keeps you from seeing it, the unspoken contract. Somewhere in your head, there's a hidden deal. If I keep being good to you, you'll love me, appreciate me, treasure me forever. Except you're the only one who wrote that contract. They never signed it. You gave in order to earn their gratitude, but all they ever saw was the giving itself. Since you never asked for anything back, they genuinely assumed you didn't need anything. The less you asked, the more they believed you had no needs at all. This is the part you don't even notice. You're waiting on an outcome they never promised. 1 traps your feet. 1 blinds your eyes. Put together, you keep giving, and the more you give, the harder it is to stop, while they neither understand your pain nor think they've done anything wrong. You're fulfilling a contract only you ever signed using sunk costs to force yourself to keep performing it. Breaking this takes 2 moves. First, cut the irrational investment. What you've already put in is sunk. It can't be the reason to keep putting in more. You don't owe 3 more years just to prove the last 3 weren't wasted. Starting today, stop betting on people who've never bet on you. Take that freed up energy and put it back into yourself or into people who actually reciprocate. Second, build alternatives. A lot of people know they're being taken for granted and still can't walk away because they're afraid of losing something, losing the friend, the job, the circle. When your entire sense of value is tied to one person or one place, you have no room to leave. People with more relationships, more capability, more options are the ones who can actually make a real adjustment. Without alternatives, you're stuck waiting for someone else to have a change of heart. All 4 layers connect. They treat you like air because you supply yourself constantly. They treat you like something worthless because they've always gotten you for free. Your effort disappears because you make it invisible and give it to the wrong people. You can't stop because sunk cost traps your feet and an unspoken contract blinds your eyes. None of this is a trick or a script. It's just following how human psychology actually works. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. You just need to change your own behavior, and the mechanics of the relationship shift on their own. How people treat you was never decided by your intentions. It's decided by the price you set. And you set that price yourself. You don't need to become colder. You just need to stop giving unlimited access to people who haven't earned it. If this hit close to home, hit like and save it. Subscribe. We don't just explain why you're treated this way. We give you the actual moves to take the power back in your relationships and at work.